Good evening, everyone. This is Desiree Gamboa, and I'll be discussing to you Chapter 4, Works Not Protected Under this Law, and Chapter 5, Economic Rights. So, under Section 175, Unprotected Subject Matter, walang protection under this law ang first, any idea, procedure, system, method, or operation, concept, principle, discovery, or mere data. Second, use of the day and other miscellaneous facts having the character of mere items of press information are also not protected under this law. So in addition to that, any official text of a legislative, administrative, or legal nature as well as any official translation also belongs here sa unprotected subject matter. So for example, laws, copy ng batas, even if mag-produce or mag-reproduce ka ng multiple copies, it's not a copyright infringement for it is an official text of law. So, Section 176, Works of the Government. So, wala ring mag-exist na copyright sa kahit na anumang work ng government of the Philippines, as well as hindi na kailangan ng approval or ng mga conditions in using the works of the government for statutes, speeches, lectures, or if kailangan sa Court of Justice, ang work ng government, they can use the works of the government freely. But then, if yung work is for profit purposes, need ang approval from the government. And sa Section 176.3, ang government is not prohibited naman in holding and receiving copyrights as long as it is by assignment. And ang gobyerno can also do some publication or republication in a public document considering na yung work is with the consent of the copyright owner. Next is Chapter 5. So under Section 177, the economic rights. So the copyright owners, they have the right to carry out, authorize, or prevent yung reproduction of their work or its portion. Yung authors also, the authors also have the right na mag-carry out ng derivative work like dramatization, translation, and the like. So the first distribution ng kanilang work by sale or transfer of ownership is they can authorize it or prevent it as well. Section 177.4 naman is yung rental of their original work, public display, public performance, or other communication to the public is they have the right to carry it out, prevent, or authorize these things. And in addition to that, yung duration ng economic rights is generally 50 years. So, just like makikita natin sa literary and artistic works, also derivative works is ang economic life niya is yung life ng author plus 50 years after nung death ng author. Also sa joint authorship, life of the last surviving author plus 50 years after yung death nung last surviving author. And ayan, so makikita naman natin sa slide. Lastly, if tapos na yung 50 years, so this is the expiration of the copyright and patay na yung author, the copyrighted work from the time ng expiration is it will be transferred as a public domain. So anyone can do anything na sa work, they can alter it or kahit na ano lang gawin nila given na expired na yung economic right. But then also we have this so-called na moral right na even if dead na yung author, hindi pwedeng i-alter or kailangan pa rin na i-preserve yung integrity. So like Shakespeare, hindi pwedeng i-associate yung name niya sa hindi naman niya work. So that's moral right. Pero sa economic right, if expired na yung copyright, is matatransfer na siya sa public domain. So that's all po sa Chapter 4 and Chapter 5. Thank you po for listening.